Hi, Miss Lydia. Who's with you? Just Oliver? Okay.
Hi, sir.
Hello, Mr. Hyatt.
How are you guys?
I'm doing good. We can give it another minute and then we'll get started, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a video? Because you're completely black.
Please fail to start the video camera. My camera's working just fine. Let me try and figure this out.
All right. No worries. If you don't want to be seen, that's fine too.
I have put on a lot of weight.
I know. That haven't we all? I haven't actually, but other people in my household have.
That's not very nice to say about Isaiah.
What was that?
That's not very nice to say about Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. Isaiah and my other one. Yes, the parents have done a good job of managing their weight during COVID, but the children unfortunately have not. So, all right, one more minute and then we'll get started. All right, so go ahead and stretch and warm up on your own. All right, so we're gonna give you an opportunity to stretch on your own to about 7:05, and then we'll go jump right into it. So. Mr. Hyde, do you have your daughter nearby?
I have her close.
Okay. It might be beneficial for her to kind of be with you in the second half of the class.
Okay.
So she can.
I get her in here. She has some friends over right now. The neighbor kid's playing.
Got it. Yeah, just need me maybe about 15 minutes worth or something. So.
Yes, sir. Hey, huzzah!
Yeah, you got it. All right, so you got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to stretch and warm up. Okay, 2 minutes. Two minutes. All right, 1 minute. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go and get started, you guys. Let's go into fighting stance real quick. Yep. All right. All right, so let's work hook kick movement real quick. So off that back leg, you're going to bring the leg forward past your target line. So as you guys can see, I'm directly in line with the camera. So I'm not going to kick directly in front for my side kick. I'm going to kick past. 1. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the whole leg. So from here, with my leg straight out, I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to bend to finish out the hook. Okay, so when we do hook kick, you want to make sure that the leg moves first. So you fully extend the kick out, pull the leg, and then hook. Okay? So what a lot of people do when they do this kick is they extend out and then they automatically bend the knee. All right? So we want a straight leg. So you want to put the leg straight out and then pull it and then you bend. Okay? Make sure that you pivot to 180 when you throw the hook kick. All right, ready? Let's try them. We're not going to move anywhere. We're just going to kick in place. Okay, ready? Hand up. Good. Sit. 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 Just do the same leg, sir. So you're already bending. You're not moving that leg across. Sit. So you're not pulling the leg. You have to pull the leg and then you bend. There you go. Hop. Okay, switching feet. Pack up. To the other side. Same thing, please. Hanam. Don't let your knee dip. Set. Remember, a hook kick, we're looking for a level hook, meaning that your leg moves across the target. Okay? Net. Set. So you have to make sure that you fully extend that leg all the way out. Set. Here we go. So you're not pushing out. All right. Hop. All right. It should be like start off like a side kick, right? Yay! All right. Switch your feet again. Pack up. All right. So once again, don't worry about kicking high right now. Okay. I want you to kick low. You need to make sure, right? I'm going to show you from a side view. You need to make sure that you're shooting a side kick out. A lot of times what happens is you shoot it like a roundhouse kick. Okay, I see a lot of people, their knees already in front here, and then they put their leg out like a side kick, and then they try to hook. Okay, what you need to do is you need to thrust 1 and then pull. Okay, so from here, watch. Push, pull, and then bend. Okay, so from a front view, it is push, pull, bend. Okay, once again, push, pull, bend. You have to fully extend. All right, and then once again, once you're pulling, then yeah, you can point your toes. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, Ready? Let's try it again. Hana! Okay, so shoot that side kick forward, right? Throw a true side kick forward and then pull it. You're not moving your leg. Set! So push, pull, yeah. Net! Set! There you go, Mr. Hyatt. Good. Set! There you go. Make sure that when you hook, heel comes into the hindquarters. Here we go. Right, heel towards your butt. You done. Hop. Done. Okay, Paco, switch. Other leg. This is everyone's not so good leg, I would imagine. Ready? Hana! Done. Set. Net. You gotta move that leg a little bit more, Mr. Hyatt. Set. Move that leg across more. Yeah, you're just hooking right off the bat. Set. Get it out there, pull, and then bend. Set. Here we go. You done. So you're just bending. You're not pulling across. Hop. Yeah. Oh, good, Bowden. Excellent. All right, so this is what I want you guys to kind of visualize. If you were to stand facing the camera, right, like in a chumbi position, right, the hook kick starts at one shoulder and then comes across your body. So when you extend out, you extend to the shoulder, straight leg across to the other shoulder, and then bend your knee to bring it down. Does that make sense? Okay? So from here, you shoot your kick here, you pull it across to this shoulder, and then you bend to finish it out. Okay? So when you shoot your kick, you shoot to the shoulder, pull it across, and then bend. All right? Because this movement is very important, because when we start to do reverse spinning hook kick, it's the same thing. Okay? So speaking of reverse spinning hook kick, let's go ahead and let's do some reverse spinning hooks. All right, so same thing, right? When we do reverse spinning hook kick, don't treat it like a crescent kick and just swing the leg and do this. That's incorrect. Once again, right? It's a reverse side kick, not a regular side kick, but a reverse side kick. You're going to throw the reverse side kick early, all right? One, and then you'll hook through and around. Now, the hard part about this is you need to learn how to pirouette. So go back to your ballet class, right? When you were taking ballet the last time, and you're up on your toes, right? Tippy toes. So when you pivot, you have to generate all of your weight up onto the ball of your foot. The ball of your foot is that round object that's underneath your big toe, right? Not on your big toe, but below it, right? That's on the main part of your foot, underneath the toes. That's the ball of your foot. That's where all of our weight is going to be when we pivot, okay? So I'm going to come up and around. That's the goal, all right? You have to lift your toes when you do that, okay? Now, for some people, right? Some people have very long toes, All right, some people have toes that are as long as their fingers. So usually what happens is when they're pivoting, right, the toe gets stuck, right? And so because the toe gets stuck and it hurts, they modify. So they start on the toes, and then because they're worried about the toes getting stuck, they transfer the weight to the heel. Okay? For those who have short, stubby toes, right, you usually go onto your heel because your balance stinks, right? Because you do not know how to balance your weight onto the ball of your foot, right? You should be able to spin, right? From here, you should be able to spin and come all the way around. Just picking the knee up, one. You should be able to do that. That's what you want to be able to do. So when you kick, right, when you extend that kick out, you should be able to come all the way back around to your starting position. Okay? So, right, what I want you to do is I want you to take about 5 minutes. I want you to work on your pirouettes. Right? You should be able to spin in place. Get up on your toes, rotate around, and land. It should be a smooth motion too, right? Don't try to force the turn, right? If you try to wrench your heel around, right, that's not going to work either. You're going to lose your balance. Remember that when you start your movement, right, the first thing that should happen from your fighting stance is when you come up, when you shift your weight to your front leg, you want to make sure that the heel comes up. A lot of people, when they shift, they go here and they go flat. And that's why it's hard. You can spin on the entire bottom of your foot. All right? You can get away with it. Right? But if you end up in the martial art for longer than 20 or 30 years and you keep doing that kick that way, you're not going to be walking very long. All right? We have to minimize friction when we pivot to protect our knees and our hips. Right? So if you're pivoting on the entire bottom of your foot, that's a lot of friction. Does a lot of damage, a lot of strain to the ligaments and tendons in your knee and your hip. So we want to try to be light on the feet. One. Okay? See, you're wrenching. All right? So you're not getting, because you're not pushing up on the heel at all. Right? Your heel comes up, but it only comes up here. So that means that all your toes and everything are touching the ground, and all right. That's why you got to, once again, tippy toe, right? This goes back to your front kick. Your ability to be able to throw a good front kick is determinant on how high you can get your heels up. All right? This is the way we want to throw our front kick. Right? A lot of times your front kick looks like this. We have to be able to push that heel up. Right? It's just like being on the highest of our tippy toes. Right? For the ladies, it's a little bit easier for pivoting because you're used to wearing heels. You're used to walking on your tippy toes. All right? All right? For the younger students, it's a little bit easier too. You can spin a lot faster because you're a lot lighter. All right? If you have a bad diet and you've gained some extra weight, then pivoting starts to hurt a little bit. Pivoting is hard. Okay? All right. So now that I talked about the pivoting, and you got to work on that, obviously, if you're struggling with this. So now, as you pivot, you have to now lift your knee, right? And bring that knee around. All right? You have to practice not just doing this and spinning, right? You want to be able to pick your knee up and bring it around. Okay? That picking up of the knee, right, gets you in the habit of lifting your knee when you kick. Because if you don't do that, then your kick's gonna come up something like this. All right? It's gonna come up like this because we're not picking our knee up. So you have to lift your knee. So from your fighting stance, when you transition your weight to your front leg, all right, bring the knee up and bring the shoulder around. Okay? Now what happens is if you have any type of a lean, right? If you tend to lean a little bit or whatever, then when you spin, you're going to lose your axis, right? If you tilt just like this and you start to spin, you're going to lose your balance. So it's important. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to be completely balanced here when you're up on your toes here, and then spin here, upright. Any lean, right, is going to cause you to fall out of your spin. Huh? So anytime that you're spinning, if you tilt your shoulder, that's going to throw off your balance. We should be able to turn like this, where the shoulder level doesn't change. Okay? And once again, you got to stay up on your toes. Don't let the heel drop down. Okay? Make sure you're practicing both sides, not just the one side. That's pretty good, Mr. Oliver. You're picking up your knee late, though. Pick it up right from the beginning, yes. And work on your balance there. Okay. Why don't you either scoot back or scoot forward so you don't land on that guy. All right. Well. Yeah, see, you're not even pushing up to here at all. That side you are. The other side, not even close. See, at least you get a little bit of a rotation there. You see? Okay, keep working. Yeah. So part of this, as you spin, you want to make sure, right, you're in that good tippy toe position. So you're not trying to allow that big toe to be touching the ground when you tippy toe, right? We're going to lift our heel and we want to try to keep our big toe up off the ground. Okay? So what we're trying to do, right, is to use this part of our foot, not the whole bottom of your big toe, right? Underneath it, the ball. Okay? You have to lift your toes up. Try to lift your toes up towards your knee. It's a basic principle of your front kick. When we do a proper front kick, we're trying to pull our toes back toward our knees as high as we can. That's the same position when you pivot. Whether you do roundhouse kick, front kick, side kick, it's the same thing. What happens is that if we can't pivot on that ball of the foot and we put too much weight on the toes, then that's where the toes get stuck. All right? We need to pivot on the ball of the foot. Okay? All right, so that's going to be homework for this week. Work on that reverse spinning hook kick and hook kick. All right, take a break, get some water. All right, so Miss Lydia. All right, Miss Lydia, you're going to work on cardio, please. Okay? All right. Everyone else, we're going to work on Keumgang real quick. Keumgang. Yep. All right, so from here. Ready? Hana! Step forward, front stance. Remember, left hand on the bottom. And then comes across and open up. Make sure those fists, shoulder height. Make sure that front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Do not allow your knee to be over your toes. All right? Okay, ready? All right, palm heel strike. Bring it from the hip. So you have to retract back to the hip. And then you come up. So we should be not straight up like this, not 90 degrees to the side, halfway in between. You have to bend your wrist. You have to curl your hands just a little bit. Okay? Chin height. The palm of your hand should be chin height. Sit. Straight up like a punch. Boom. Straight to the punches. 1, 2. This motion. Net. Front stance. Sit. Back stance. Outside in knife hand block. Right? This is just like your outside in block. Or your inner block, I should say, right? But with a knife hand. Sit. Step back, same thing. Wide. You got to make this really wide. Okay? You can't keep your arm tucked like this and then come around. It should be wide. Okay? Just like your regular outside in block or your inner block. You want it wide. Sit. Boom. And you should be in a back stance. Okay? Ready? Net. Lift it up. One-legged stance, right? Crane stance. Haktari sogi. So now, let's go back real quick. Go back to your back stance. Okay? So what's going to happen here when you transition here to this point? All right? You need to make sure that the leg that you're standing on is bent. Okay? It's bent just like if you are in a horse riding stance. That much of a bend that you have in your horse riding stance should be the same thing when you come up with the one leg. Okay? So you pivot and pop. It should be bent. Both feet should be pointed straight ahead. Okay? So hana, go up to the crane, right? Pinky up top for the down block, rising block on the bottom. Okay, and move the hands. Hana. Should be 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Land in your horse riding stance. 1. See, if you have to sit down into this, you're incorrect. So if you're here and then you go down like this, incorrect. You're bent. Boom. Head should be level. Okay? If you're going from high to low, incorrect. Right? That means that you're straightening out that bottom leg. That bottom leg should be up. Right? Or the leg that you're standing on should be bent like a horse riding stance. And then you just sit. 1, 2. Head should be level. Okay? Turning punch. This punch should come to the body line. Body line, not arm line. Okay? You see where your arm is here? We want it to the body line, not to the arm line. Okay? And then your 360 turn. Zut! No, you forgot your 360 turn. All right, 1, turn, 2. Make sure when you do your 360 turn, you have to re-chamber from the hip. Here, turn. Remember, it's the bottom hand, right? The hand on the belt that does the turn. That's going to do the turning punch. Right? You see how I'm rotating my wrist? You got to rotate that wrist to the body line. Okay? Okay, now when you go to the front for your santomaki, your mountain block, okay? You're going to do a kick up, right? This is what we call a waving kick. 1. Okay? So kick up and then stomp down with the heel. Okay? So from here, I'm going to wave up and then straight down into a horse riding stance. Okay? When you do your mountain block, right hand, way back behind like an outside in motion. Right? Other hand is going to start at armpit level. Oh, I'm sorry, belt level. Right? And then you're going to come up. Sorry. 1. Okay? So you're going to start low. The bottom hand comes straight up. 1. Okay? It doesn't come around or anything. It just comes straight up. Other hand comes around. Okay? Boom. Fist should be at temple level, not forehead level. Okay? In the past, it used to be they wanted elbows and shoulders same level. Now they're saying, right, fist should be at about eye level. So the elbows are probably going to not be as upright. They're going to be down a little bit. But you need to make sure that the arms, this part of your arm, wrist to elbow, straight up and down. Okay? Perpendicular to the floor. Okay? You're in a horse riding sense, remember, right? Now, when you bring that left foot around, left hand on the bottom, and then you come around to your twin circular block. Hana! All right? So left hand on the bottom. As you lift, left hand is on the outside now, and then you pull across. Okay? So you're here, you lift, and you pull across. Once again, just like you did before. Right? Shoulder height. Okay? Now from here, left foot's moving again, right? Left foot comes in from your horse riding stance to your narangi sogi, or your parallel stance. So the left hand stays on the outside. Right? We're going to go like we're doing yukchang. Hana! Right? 5 seconds. You need to make sure that your fists are at the same line as your hips. So we don't want the fists out in front. We don't want the hip fists behind us. Straight to the side. The space here is a hand width or 2 fist widths. So put your thumb on your hip joint, stick out your pinky, and that's where my fist should be. Okay. Now you're going to bring that left foot around again to stomp. Same thing. You're going to lift up and then stomp down. Hanan! That mountain block. So once again, start from the right hand starts from the waist, right? Left hand starts high. Boom. Okay. Now from here, once again, you're in your horse riding stance. You don't change. You don't straighten up and pivot. You stay bent. Keep that head level. Cross and down. That's the hardest transition right there. Okay? And then your rising block and down block movements. All right, this is called a Keumgang stance. Okay? Or Keumgang block, I should say. They call this Keumgang block. Ready, set! Land, boom. Once again, head should not drop. You're already bent, remember, right? You're in that horse riding stance. Boom. All right, so now left hand is to the right side of your body. Fist is at the right side of the body. The punch itself is, right, at armpit level. Okay, armpit level. You also need to make sure that it's not towards your chest, right? It should look like the letter U. Your body is one side of the U, your fist is the other side of the U, your arm is the bottom part of the U. Okay? All right, ready, turn, 360 turn, another horse riding stance, boom. Right, this one here is the easiest transition here. Right, now all you got to do is just lift that right leg. Right, slide over to the left, lift that right leg, and do your Keumgang block. Hana! Okay, place it down. Turning punch again. Punch from the hip. Okay, punch from your hip. Bring it straight up and around. Okay, so here, this is the motion. Okay, ready. Once again, 360 turn. And turn. Now from here, left foot stomps to the front. All right, remember, left hand is outside end block. Right hand is low. Yasat! Into that mountain blocker, Santomaki. All right. Now from here, right leg comes around. So that means that the right hand is going to be on the bottom. And you're going to lift up. Yasat! Now from here, right arm comes on the outside as you get ready to do Keumgang. Ready, set! Come to your parallel stance, right? Your narangi sogi. And then once again, right foot's gonna move, so left hand on the bottom, right hand high. Set! Horse riding stance, boom. Santomaki, mountain block. Okay, once again, the hardest transition here, right? This 90-degree pivot into your one-legged stance. Hana! Your haktari sogi. Okay. Once again, you got to have that knee bent. You can't be straight-legged. You have to be enough for your horse riding stance. And then drop. Net! Turning punch. Punch from your hip across. And one more time. Set! All right, if you did this correctly, left foot returns to Jumbi. You should be on the same line that you were moving front to back. The only difference is you should be 1 foot length, 1 to 2 foot lengths in front of the line that you actually started on. Okay? All right, go ahead and work on Keumgang just a couple times, please, real quick. Okay? You got to bend those knees on that one-legged stance. That's your shock absorber, right? If you lock that knee out, chances are you're going to lose your balance. You're going to have to drop your foot to get your balance and then put it back up. No, no. All right, you have to be able to balance yourself. Once that leg is up in the air, you balance. It does not touch the ground until you finish the movement. Should be looking to your right there, Mr. Oliver, not to the front. Miss Lydia, can you go back to the punch here? Knife hand punch. Stay right there. Just go knife hand punch on this side. Knife hand punch. Okay, so when you step, you cross and you pull to here. So bring right elbow to the back. Yeah, so as you kick, same time. One, throw your side kick. It works together. You got to kick. So cross your feet, and then kick and pull, same time. Don't pull down. You got to pull to here. Okay, you got to pull to here. Okay, and then you're upset. Right arm, yep, right leg around. Right arm on the bottom. Yep, right arm comes on the outside, right? And then keep it on the outside as you bring it in. Right leg comes in, cross, and then 2. So this is the level of detail I want you guys to know all of your pumseis. All right? Definitely if you're a competitor, if you're a pumsei competitor, you need to know to this detail. But for any black belt, realistically, if you're testing for a higher ranking black belt, you need to know this to this level of detail, everything that we do. So if you go back to any of your previous pumseis and you cannot remember the name of the block or the stance, how you chamber those blocks, then you need to study more. You need to ask questions more. Okay. Once again, as a black belt, there's an unspoken rule that you're always teaching. Right? You're teaching through your movements, you're teaching through your attitude, you're teaching through your presence in class. So whether you're on Zoom or you're here at Apex, right? Know that people are watching you, right? That's why you have that belt on. That's why you stand in the front row. You want people to respect you? Know your stuff. If you know your stuff, people will respect you, especially young ones. Oliver, Lydia, Dason, Natalie. All right, you guys will have the hardest time to get students to respect you, especially the younger students, because they see you in class. All right, for Mr. Hyatt and myself, Ms. Green, right, we have it a little bit easier because we're adults. Now, keep in mind, you make mistakes, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. All right? We just don't want to make a whole bunch of mistakes. Every class that we take, everything that we do, we should be learning something new. And then we should be practicing that. All right? That's why we only meet once a week. That's why I give you just a couple of things to work on. All right, in the hopes that you're going to remember it throughout the entire week. Because that's the only way that you get better is by putting time in. Time in outside of class, especially if you're not here every day. If you're here every day, that's different. You can use that time. But for most of us, we're not here every day. So you got to put time in there. You also got to put time in for rest, or else you're going to get burned out. All right? It's very rare that you have someone that doesn't experience some sort of burnout. Okay, most people will get burnt out at some point. They're going to get tired. I have 2 moments where I experienced burnout. One when I was a senior red belt, or no, senior blue belt, excuse me. Senior blue belt, and I took 2 months, or I took a month off. All right. And then the other one was in my freshman year of college, and I sat out an entire year. Other than that, I have been doing Taekwondo almost every single day. All right. Once again, it takes a unique individual. You have to truly love what you're doing if you're going to dedicate your time for that long. So give yourself time to rest. Don't get frustrated. I'm just trying to make you better. Just know that right now what you know is more than what I knew at your rank. All right? So you guys are better students than I was from a knowledge standpoint. You have more knowledge. All right, let's finish up from here. Chedit and Keumgang. Great. Have a good night, you guys. Great job. Okay? We will see you guys. Bye, Miss Lydia, Mr. Oliver. Tell Isaiah, Parker, and family I said hi. Mr. Hyatt, have a good night, sir. Because you are so fly. I think we need so fly black belt t-shirts. So fly.
It'd be great.
Yep. All right, sir. Send my regards to the family. How's Cora doing?
She's doing better. We did some labs yesterday, and that took about 45 minutes with both Heidi and I and 2 nurses restraining.
Nice. Okay.
If she bites, she would.
Yeah. Understood. All right. Well, tell her that we wish her a speedy recovery.
Absolutely, sir.
All right. Take care.
You as well.
Thank you.